Hello? Hello? Is anyone here? Well, that's just great. 1 minute, I'm getting my next assignment. The next, I'm waking up here, shrouded in darkness, with nobody around. This takes blacking out to a whole new level. Okay. Keep it together, Z. There's no one here, but that's okay. All I have to do is stay calm and not think about the present circumstances I'm in. It got me through election season. It'll get me through this.
All right, everyone. I feel like as long as we're talking, we're moving in the right direction. Every conversation gets us closer to the answer. There has to be an answer, something we're just not seeing. But we have each other. That's gotta mean something, right?
Look, kid, I just don't want to talk about it anymore, all right? You all seem like fine people. I just need to process this in quietness.
Look, I totally get it. But if you can just file in and take a seat, we can get a dialogue going. Much like the poster my therapist's office says, through dialogue, we gain insight that cannot be attained individually.
Don't get me wrong. I love communication. I'm a feminist.
I can't believe I used to pretend I was straight.
And I stand with women. Let's give the lady her quiet time. Sitting down and talking about her feelings or whatever kind of feels like a huge waste of time anyways. Let's just accept this void and make the best of it. No good comes from stressing out over things you can't control. I learned that the hard way.
Well, I think dialogue exists as a form of our humanity. It's a whole chapter in To Do Is To Believe, a great acting book I picked up the other day. Acting is a profound form of self-expression. The dialogue part of the story is usually where the genius lies. It's very important for story progression. Plus, it passes the time. That's crucial. What if we do a vocal warm-up?
I respectfully decline. Besides, all talking is good for is free drinks, slightly better tips, and the occasional quick trip to Bone Town.
Oh, what's up?
Not you. Never you. Besides, I've been working at my bar since before your voice dropped, dude. And when you work in the service industry that long, you know where yapping gets you. And it ain't far.
Well, what do you think, Roy? You've been awfully quiet, but hey, we're all in this together. How do you think we should go about this?
Well, I'm not sure I'd answer this question. Overall, I really don't know what to say. But I never do. My wife, Sandy, usually does all the talking, but now we can't talk anymore. Communication was never my strong suit, so I doubt I'm the right person to ask.
Well, I'm the perfect person to ask. And I say we should... Ooh, what should we do? We should... Oh! What's up, new dude?
Hi. Look, I don't know what's going on or who any of you are, but I'm just so lost right now.
Join the club.
Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't even see you there. Please, come sit with us. We were just talking about our collective confusion in an effort to come into better terms and understand.
Understand what? What's going on? How did I get here? I was just in the middle of class.
Yeah, I too didn't want to believe it at first, but it happens to the best of us. All of us, in fact.
What happens to all of us? 1 minute, I'm at school, the next, I'm here. Nothing happened.
Wait, you seriously don't remember what happened to you before this? That's rough, buddy. Damn.
Can someone just be straight up with me?
Sorry, but how do I put
Okay,
this?
right now, we're all in some sort of, the pocket dimension. Like a holding area where we don't quite exist, but we don't quite, not exist though.
Well, that's not entirely accurate. We do exist in some way. I mean, we're all here perceiving each other. It's some sort of transitory metaphysical phenomenon.
Huh?
Like an in-between. That's what I've been calling it.
But in between what and what? How did we get here?
You died. Now you're here. We also died. We are also here. Great. Now you're all cut up.
Whoa. Dead. What do you mean, dead?
already dead? I was just sitting there in class, and after that... Well, after that, I can't remember what happened.
If you can't remember dying, that's odd.
Odd? Why is it odd?
Wait, you arrived here way after us, and you don't remember dying? Do you know what this means?
What? What does it mean?
I don't know! That's why I asked, and it wasn't rhetorical!
Hey, let's all cool it down a little. We're all coming to this with the same knowledge of the situation. Roy only pointed out that it was odd because we were talking and we all remembered how we passed, even if we'd rather forget.
I wouldn't want to forget how I kicked the bucket. Okay, my death was kind of lit. So imagine this: I'm on the side of the mountain. This is a mountain, right? And it's snowing out, and it's so
Okay,
cold.
the fact that we remember dying and you don't is very intriguing. I mean, I don't mean to make you feel othered, it's just that we don't have much to go off of in here, so maybe every little thing that's different amongst us is important to consider. Like, why are we here? I mean, why were we chosen to be paired together? Why did you arrive here such a long while after us, when we arrived here all shortly after one another?
And what was your name? My apologies for taking you earlier, by the way. I've been told I have an overwhelming personality, but I think they mean it as a compliment.
Right. So why don't we all take a seat and we can debrief. My name's Perry. Jeez, I know I'm a little confused, but you must be absolutely stumped.
Hey, welcome to the semi. My name's Nut.
Excuse me?
Semi? Because we're sitting in a semicircle? Gee, my favorite part of woman is her mind, but you gotta use it, Eva.
Obviously, her confusion was referring to the fact that your name is Nut. Look, if we're gonna do this, could we at least hurry it up? Just hurry things up so we can finish this. I'm losing my patience.
Anything for you, Queen. Holding space for your patience.
Okay, well, speaking of space, let's all embrace our ownership over our bodies and this space. Let's all breathe positive intentions.
Yeah, alright.
And we breathe out any negativity, and not that I'm trying to make this a vocal warm-up, but let's voice that on us all. One more time.
Thank you, Sage. That was very helpful.
Of course, it's honestly no problem at all, Perry. I'll make this quick, but I actually had the honor of leading a voice workshop last summer at my local Shakespeare theater. We mostly performed at the back of a strip mall, but the kids got a kick out of it, and you have to start somewhere. Sorry, I'll shut up.
Right. So why don't we all summarize what we know so far? When we first arrived here, let's start from there.
Well, it's simple. I remember waking up, disoriented, nothing but darkness, these chairs, and a light. No one else was here. I was alone. And you don't see me crying about it, so some of y'all should count yourselves lucky.
I believe it was me next. I was disoriented too. My head was pounding like crazy. The last thing I could remember is Sandy yelling at me, telling me how disappointed she was. Once my ears stopped ringing, I looked over and I saw you. What's your name, by the way?
Ivy?
That was my grandma's name. My name's Roy, just to remind everyone.
Next was me. Listen, I don't know if any of you died from being high as fuck, but I wouldn't recommend it. My head was spinning. Next thing I knew, my boy Roy over here was helping me to my feet. Ivy wasn't too far away.
Right? Then it was me. I woke up to the three of you talking right here in the middle. About what the heck was happening to us? I still remember tasting the residue of the bad tea leaves on the tip of my tongue. Such a horrible taste. It took me out just like that.
Are you saying you were poisoned?
Yeah, but I kind of did it to myself. Mixing Virginia creeper plant with tea leaves is a mistake you only make once.
Right, so getting us back on track, after Sage, it was me. You all said I popped up a couple of seconds after her, just like how you all popped up a couple of seconds after each other. Then we started talking. We got each other's names and the fact that we all died, but nothing more than that.
And there's no clocks in here, but it was a long while before you popped up. Maybe an hour, maybe more. So, who are you and what do you know?
I'm Latoya. I remember getting here. I didn't see you all at first, and then I did. I don't know why I didn't arrive with all of you. I'm not even fully convinced I died. I was in the middle of my world history class. I don't remember what happened after that like you all do, but maybe if we can combine our efforts, we can figure out a way out of here.
Denial followed by more denial? Deja vu.
I dated a girl named Deja once. We went ice skating and saw firecrackers on the ice and tried to skate away before the ice broke underneath us. Oh, it was great. I missed that. Well, she did rob me blind afterward, but, you know, I gotta support it, right? Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, yeah? Bump it. Okay.
Probably best to not address that, but yeah. No, there's no way out. We're dead. What's there to get out of?
Yeah, you know what they say. Death shall have its day. And our day has come and gone, evidently. No. You're wrong. You're wrong because I'm not dead. I can't be. You said it yourselves. I would remember if I had died, and I most certainly have not.
Okay, fine. You're right and we're wrong. Why are you here then? Because the rest of us are definitely all goners.
Unless she's not like us. Maybe she's hiding something. Or maybe she's like a zombie or something. Half dead, half alive, forever trapped in a place, beyond life, but not quite dead either. Like Casper!
I thought Casper was a sickly Victorian child. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
No, Casper wasn't a zombie or whatever you said. He was a dead kid.
Oh. Well, he turned into a human at the end of the movie, so doesn't that kind of give zombie?
Guys, please. This is not productive.
Yeah, logic aside, even if she was a zombie, she wouldn't be here with absolutely dead people who are dead because we died. We remember dying. I'm coming to terms with that.
Roy, I think we get the point. Latoya, I know this is a lot, but if you can just take a seat, we can talk about it. We can help each other.
Yeah, and dying isn't so bad. I mean, granted, I never got to rub elbows with Lin-Manuel Miranda, but c'est la vie. It's all about the impact we leave behind on the audience.
No. I'm not about to just sit here and just accept this. I'm getting out of here. Right now.
Wait, Latoya! Seriously, boy?
Have fun. Hey.
The fuck?
Latoya, you should probably... You are not helping now.
Welcome back.
Latoya, I wouldn't do that again if I were you. You can go up, down, left, right, sideways, but it's all just gonna end us back here. We've already tried. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and if there was something to see, I would have seen it. I'm super observant. I predicted the ending to Titanic the very first time I saw it. And the boat? The boat? It sinks.
This is crazy. This isn't fair. I can't accept this. My life was just starting to look up. This fucking blows.
I relate. I also had majorly big things ahead of me. This does really blow.
Well, maybe we should talk about it. Talk about what we did before we died. Maybe it'll help.
That's a wonderful idea, Roy. Who would like to start us off?
Well, since you insist, I'm sure you've all probably been wondering about my flamboyant attire. I was on my way to the park. I was chosen to deliver 3 contrasting monologues written by the bard himself in an effort to bring the performing arts to the local community. Unfortunately, after I donned my costume and before I headed out of my apartment, I figured I'll fix myself a cup of tea. A nice, warm cup of tea to soothe the vocal cords. I had just collected what I thought to be tea leaves the other day, so it seemed like a good idea. Let's just say my story resembled that of Hamlet's, because after one sip, I fell to the floor, and voila! Now I'm here with you all. Never given my opportunity to have my final curtain call. But do not mourn me, fellow countrymen. I have simply succumbed to the gloomy shade of demise. Oh, wretched state! Oh, bosom black as death!
Yeah, bravo! Wow. I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds awful.
I appreciate that, Perry. It still all feels very strange. It's all over and boom, now I'm here. You all. I never made it to Broadway. I'm pretty sure my agent blocked my number because I was messaging so much, but I like to think that the art I did put out there meant something to people. The way it meant everything to me. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and my life was beautiful.
That's lovely, Sage. It does all feel very sudden. I've been thinking about that since we got here.
How I see it, we have two options here. Option one, we all sit here and recount the moments we realized our lives are over. Or, option two, we stop talking and not do that. I vote option two.
Well, why not? It's your story.
I don't want to share, didn't you just hear me? My story is mine and mine alone. Why spend time sharing it?
Well, if you don't want to, I'll take it. Maybe it'll help lift the guilt off my spirit.
Yes, please, Roy. The floor is yours, and don't worry. I'm sure we can all agree that this is a judgment-free zone.
Okay, well, like I said before, I'm a married man, going on 5 years. At least we were, anyway. I spent most of my time at my job. I'm an engineer. We're home on my game.
Oh shit! You game? Okay, what system you play on? PC? Xbox?
Well, I'm rather more of what you call retro, but I always rather enjoyed the Wii.
Wii?
Yeah. I was playing a perfect game at Wii Bowling, but I couldn't just get my grip right on it.
I'm gonna stop you right there, man. We are not the same. Finish your story.
I was attempting a perfect game at Wii Baseball, right? And Sandy storms in and she stands right in front of the TV to get my attention. You know, I never could have guessed she could be that mad because she knows how locked in I get when I'm on my game, but she was mad.
What was she mad about?
My affair.
Back in.
I had been seeing my coworker Jenna for almost a month. I kept telling her, I'm leaving Sandy soon. Soon you'll have nothing to worry about. Soon we'll be together. A part of me thought that was true. At least before the affair started anyway. You know, being married for so long, I thought we were growing apart, but God, I loved her so much. I could never leave her. I was such a dick to her. To the both of them. Anyways, Jenna started to feel fed up, stagnant. So she found my wife Sandy on Facebook and told her everything. In a weird way, I was glad. I mean, everything just went way too far. So Sandy confronted me. She told me how disappointed she was, how we made a vow, all that other stuff I'd rather not recount.
So what happened next? Did she do it? Did she grab a knife off your counter and plunge it into your belly so that she could have you? No one could.
What? No, she told me to get out, so I did. I wanted to give her some time to cool off. It was raining and I was emotional, so I swerved off the road. You could probably guess what happens next.
Wow. I know Perry said this was a judgment-free zone, but I'm totally judging you, dude. Cheating is unforgivable. I would never betray a lady like that. Hashtag, not all men.
Well, what about you, Mr. Nut?
Oh, please. Mr. Nut was my father. Call me Busta.
Bustin'.
Please just tell Just tell your stupid story.
Well, it's a funny story, actually. So, I was out hiking through the snow with my buddy Legs. He's tall, and it was so fucking cold. I had on 7 pairs of gloves, and I could barely hold onto my hiking stick. I mean, probably didn't help that I was high as a kite, but I wanted to go back to the lodge, and Legs really wanted to follow the treasure map he found, because he was so excited. After he found out, this is what we found out.
What?
It was real! And he didn't want to miss out on treasure, so and who would I stop him, you know? Buried treasure is a rare commodity, and we just had to at least try.
So, you found a treasure map.
Uh-huh.
What made you think it was real?
Well, 2 weeks earlier, I opened the fortune cookie that said, "You will find treasure and friendship." We got our gear and started propelling down. I didn't make it far. I lost my footing. Plus, I'm shit at tying knots. And just like that, no riches for none.
I thought you said this was going to be a funny story.
Oh. Yeah, no. It was pretty tragic. I thought it was going to be a new beginning for me, but it turned out to be the end. But at least I didn't cheat on my wife. Like some people.
Seriously?
Hey. I'm not naming any names. But if the shoe fits, you're a scumbag. Cheated on his wife. That's just the facts. Anyways, I like to think my buddy Legs is swimming in pools of gold right now. For the both of us. Like Scrooge McDuck. You think it's possible to do? To have so much money you can swim in it? Like, just imagine. Like...
I really don't think so, bud. But it is interesting that you were hiking before you passed. Surprisingly, my death was similar, just not in the snow. So, I was hiking on the morning before my big promotion at work. I work in marketing. I was finally going to lead a project, prove my leadership ability to my agency. So I always go hiking before a big day. It helps me get my blood going. But my usual nature path was blocked by construction, so I took a detour. I got turned around, lost my footing, and that's the way it goes, I guess.
I just feel so sorry for all of you. It sounds like your lives were all just about to get better and this happened. You guys didn't deserve this.
I don't think it's about us deserving it or not. Sometimes things just happen, completely at random, and you just have to accept that. Not let the fear of what could happen or what is happening consume us. I'm sure you didn't do anything wrong either. You're just here.
Yep, just sitting and waiting for who knows what. This definitely isn't where I saw myself ending up. I worked hard. My whole life I worked. Now, even in death, I can't get any peace and quiet. Unfair is an understatement.
I relate. I've also always had to work. I was born to act. My mom told me my first word was Stanislavski. No joke. But I had to work, at least until the acting could become the work. Anybody in this industry can tell you, acting is a ton of work. It's a lot of work with little to no financial compensation, especially when you're first starting out, but I kept at it. Not just for the money, but for the love of the craft. Acting was a ton of work, but is it really work when you love it?
Yeah, it is. It's right there in the name. I loved bartending, but I was still working a job. I got to meet some cool people and made some great drinks, if I do say so myself. But for every good person, There's 30 fuckers who get pissed drunk, start fights, and cheat on their wives. No offense, really.
This is what I get for being vulnerable with you people?
Yes.
But Roy's a perfect example. Nothing's fair. Everyone sucks.
Well, it's all a matter of perspective, right? And the people you choose to surround yourself with. I mean, I had some great people supporting me on stage and off. There's always going to be a couple bad eggs in the bunch, but...
I don't know. I agree with Ivy here. For every good guy that loves music, weed, and the freedom of movement, there's a bad guy who's a dirty cheater to the day they die. No offense, Roy. No offense.
Is this my cosmic punishment? I mean, I know it's justified, but it still hurts.
Well, what about you, Latoya? What was your life like?
Me? Oh, it was nothing special. I'm an art student. I love to draw, and I'm in my last year at university. I left class today, started walking home, and I don't know, I wound up here with you guys.
Walking home? Last time you told us you were in class and you don't remember anything after.
Did I? Oh, I must have slipped over my words a bit, but I was definitely walking home. Sorry. Ivy, so you said that this wasn't where you were expecting to end up. What did you mean by that?
Well, I don't think any of us were expecting something like this. An afterlife, this theatrical. Well, except for Sage, maybe.
So what kind of afterlife were you expecting?
Oh, that doesn't matter. We don't have to talk about that.
Hey, it can help. Maybe one of us can relate.
Yeah, I mean, believe me, it does help to talk about things.
Yeah, Queen. This is a safe space.
No, I don't want to talk about it, okay? I don't want to talk anymore at all.
Are you sure? I mean, we've got nothing but time in here. It might lift a metaphorical weight off your shoulders.
I just told you I don't want to talk. Just leave it alone.
Okay. Maybe it's a good time we take a quick 5 and we get back to this after. I mean, Ivy's right. We've all had a stressful day, and I think we could all use some chill down time. Let's try and give Ivy her space. Sound good?
Thank you, Five.
Are you alright?
Jeez, kid, don't you know when to quit?
No, I guess I don't, but I've always been this way. As long as I've been around, I've always felt the need to help, for better or for worse. It gets me into trouble sometimes, but it's worth it for me. I like getting to know people. Sometimes you can feel trapped in a space like this, but the least I can do is offer my company and lend an ear if you just want someone to tell. I'm a very good listener. And what have you got to lose, you know?
You remind me of my mother. She always insisted on helping too, in her own way, whether I wanted it or not. But she never really listened, so she never really helped. Okay, fine, but keep your mouth shut, alright? I'm only telling you, and I don't need everyone else making a big deal out of this. This may come as a shock to you, but I grew up in the church. I was raised Christian my whole life. My dad was super adamant that our family attend every Sunday and Wednesday service, and my mom followed his lead. Everyone at the church was super nice. I just never felt like I really belonged. I believe in a higher power. Even through all this weirdness, I know there has to be some purpose in it, but that higher power, whoever she is, I didn't find her in those sermons. I'm sure she wouldn't cast me out just for loving who I love. I didn't even feel comfortable coming out to my family until I was in my 20s and fully moved away. I didn't want to talk about it earlier because I don't like talking about my family or my beliefs or my upbringing. It doesn't bring up pleasant memories. After I came out to my parents, they basically cut contact. In hindsight, I guess no talking is better than hearing how disappointed they were in me or how there must be something wrong with me all the time. But you know what? I don't even have to think about all of that anymore. So there it is. That's my crybaby backstory. Are you happy?
Well, Ivy, I'm so sorry your parents treated you that way. God, people can be so close-minded sometimes. You didn't deserve that. I just wish they'd stop and realize that all people have more similarities than they do differences. And being gay is great. It's one of my favorite things for people to be.
You have a weird way of phrasing things, but I'd have to agree. My community was truly a light in the darkness for me when I had nothing else. It's hard not to expect more from your family, you know?
Yeah, familial love should be unconditional. In a perfect world, it would be, but people aren't perfect. Sometimes you have to find your family, people who accept you and love you for who you are. That's the joy of being human, finding people who love you. So I've heard.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, I've never had a family. Not in the traditional sense, at least. I don't have memories of a mom or a dad, but love is a beautiful thing, and it can be found anywhere. Yeah, I'm sure you had people like that, right?
My best buddies at the bar were always good for a laugh. My friend Milton, who was basically my brother, was the gayest man I ever met. He helped me realize that there was nothing wrong with me, that there was a whole community of people just like me. And the queens down at the drag club helped with that also.
I'm glad you had that. I'm glad you had that.
Yeah.
Chosen family, it has a way of providing you with things that your biological family can't. Sounds like you found some pretty awesome people.
Yeah, I really did. So, did you grow up in the system? In foster care? You said you never had a family, right?
Oh! Right!
Okay, let's come back together, guys. It's assumably been 5 minutes. Again, no clocks in here, but did anyone have any surprise revelations or like a breakthrough?
I found out it's literally impossible to sleep here. Literally impossible. And sleeping is half of what I do regularly. I'm basically parked out.
Well, I did some looking around the void just to make sure we weren't missing anything, but nope, this is it. Just quiet, still nothingness.
You know, it's not all that bad here. In this void, there's no distractions, no interruptions. Gave me time to think. I was moving so fast in my life that, there was always something. Whether it was work, family, or my wife. I always told myself I could balance it. I just needed a little time. I just needed a break. I thought Geno was that break I needed, but it just made everything so much worse. I couldn't handle my own anxiety. It was awful. But here, in this void, it's quiet. Gave me the time I needed to process my thoughts and feelings. I know that sounds kind of morbid, but my life was my life. Sandy didn't deserve what I did to her. As much as I wish I can go back, I can't ask her for forgiveness. I want to be a better man one day. I hope it's not too late.
I see what you mean. The void does have a meditative quality to it.
Yeah, and us being here has gotta mean something. I mean, maybe it's not too late. Maybe there is still time for all of us.
I'm ready to share now about how I died. If there's a possibility I have to spend the rest of eternity with you all, I guess there's no use trying to hide it.
That's so great of you, Ivy. No worries, no judgment. You have my word.
Go ahead.
Before I wound up here, it was my birthday. My 37th birthday. My friend Milton always plans a dinner for me and buys me gifts, and I love him for that, but my birthday has always been hard for me because I don't really talk to my parents or anyone I grew up with back home anymore. They don't really approve of my lifestyle, so they say. Anyway, I was at work, and before I left the restaurant to go meet Milton, my mom texted me. I hadn't heard from her in 3 years, and the last time we spoke, she was crying, asking me where she went wrong. So when I got this text from her saying, "Can we talk?" I freaked out. I didn't respond because, honestly, what was there to say? I called Milton, told him I had to cancel dinner. I just told him I wasn't feeling well, and I started driving home. I was at a green light, at an intersection, and this drunk driver comes out of nowhere, T-bones me. I thought it was ironic. I'm a bartender who never drank and drove, and yet drunk driving still ruined my life.
Wow. I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing that. I know it wasn't easy. Drunk driving fucking sucks.
Yeah, and not talking to your mom it's hard too. I can relate, but for different reasons. My mom thinks I'm a huge disappointment. She says I wasted my potential doing pointless bullshit with my friends. You know, she always hoped I'd be more successful. I get where she's coming from, but it just made me feel like shit about myself, you know? I don't really talk to her much because of it. Sorry. Not to make it about me, I can relate.
There's no need to apologize now. Expectations from your parents can be a lot to juggle on top of actually trying to enjoy life. And thanks for sharing, Ivy. It was very brave.
So, is this it? Are we just stuck here, waiting for eternity?
None of us know the answers to that, Roy. You know that. Duh.
Well, I personally believe this is some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Purga something?
Purgatory?
No, that's not it. Anyways, I personally believe this is some sort of like intermission or in-between period, if you will. Like a holding space for our souls before we move on to the next place. Whatever that next place depends on what we believe in, I guess.
I took some theology courses in uni. The idea of purgatory always seemed very intriguing to me. There's this philosopher, Thomas Aquinas. He always said the universe must contain randomness to allow humans their autonomy. I was never one for religion, but I never thought the universe could be predetermined. I always thought there could be random chance, regulated chaos, maybe. I mean, that may be the reason why we all randomly got chosen to be here, but that's my best guess.
If that's the case, the randomness, it's kind of a relief to me, to be honest. Just knowing that my life was truly mine, you know? Like my decisions were not just destined to happen. I remember talking to my buddy Cheesecake about it on his roof one day. We had just put his grandma to bed, smoked, and eaten an entire bag of family-sized Doritos. We were having a Marvel movie marathon, and we just finished Infinity War, which ironically ends with a lot of beloved characters.
The point? Find it, please.
Right. All that to say, it got us talking about death and what happens. We making the best of our lives, and truth is, I think we did. We all did. I mean, yeah, it probably ended a bit abruptly for all of us, but we made the right decisions because we were free to make them. Does that make sense? There was no right way, so our way was the right way.
That's an interesting way of thinking. That is an interesting way of thinking. Everyone from all walks of life live their life differently and correctly all at once. If everyone's lost, then no one is.
It's different paths for different people. I found one path, my parents find another, and you all find more. Who's to say who's right or wrong? Some people just like to act like they know everything, even how we should live our own lives. My whole life, people told me who they thought I should be, but I pushed back. I was queer in my family. I didn't behave the way people thought a woman should, and I was outcast because of it, except for in a specific few places. It sucked, but at the end of the day, we all end up here with nothing but memories to look back on. And when I look back on my life, I wouldn't have done it any differently. I'm gay as hell. And old habits die hard, I suppose.
Yeah.
You are exactly right, Ivy. Living out your days on that big blue marble, it can be easy to forget what truly matters. Not our differences, but what makes us one. Humanity! You all, we all, have to come to terms with that. Even though this is all very disorienting, at least we have each other.
Yeah. Anyone want a cigarette?
Sorry, what? What are you talking about? Where did you get those?
Well, I think from context clues and judging what we are all wearing, we can deduce that we pop up in here when we're supposed to be dying. It's poetic justice, really. Everyone told me they thought the cigs were gonna kill me. Yet here I am, and they're all I've got. I don't have a lighter to actually smoke them with, but it can be soothing to pretend.
So. Thank you.
So, why do y'all think we're here? Like, if this is purgatory, then what's next?
I don't know, some sort of cosmic joke, maybe?
I think it's unfinished business.
What?
Unfinished business. Have y'all seen The Sixth Sense? Everyone who dies in that movie can't move on until they resolve their unfinished business. What do you... Things you never got to reconcile in life, you know? I'm a huge movie buff, by the way. Damn, I'm gonna miss watching movies.
Do you all have something you didn't get to do before? Something that haunts you, for lack of a better phrase?
I'm actually glad you asked, because I do. And it involves my buddy Legs, a bunch of Adderall, and a very confused 10-year-old boy.
None! Can we be serious for just 1 second, please? No more crazy stories.
No, I'm for real. Okay. It happened almost a week ago. Me and Legs have been working on a script for a short film for a couple months now. And we were having creative block. He had an Adderall guy, so we took a bunch and tried to slam out in one night. Bing, bang, boom, we were up all night working. I woke up at like 5 p.m. the next day to about a dozen calls from my mom, and I realized I'd forgotten it was my little brother's birthday the day before, and his party was that night. Oh, I completely missed it. I feel like such an asshole. We mostly grew apart from each other because my parents were divorced and I moved away when I turned 18. I had a bunch of issues with my mom that I won't even get into right now, but my brother, he didn't deserve that. He just turned 10. He was so excited to see me. We only ever saw each other on major holidays, but I promised I'd celebrate his birthday with him. I wanted to get a hold of the Ice Window treasure to give to him actually, to make it up to him, but I guess this wasn't meant to be, I guess.
Wow. I'm sorry to hear that, Nat. I'm sure your brother will find it in his heart to forgive you. I'm sure he'll come to understand that you were both young when you first left home. You thought you were doing what was best for you. It was nothing against him. He'll come to realize that.
Yeah, and I think unfinished business totally makes sense. I mean, I never got to perform my big monologues, have my big break. The world will have to go without hearing my sultry tongue on the big stage.
You said it, and I never got that promotion at work. That would have opened up a lot of opportunities for me.
Honestly, I wish I could just apologize to my wife. As much as I want to go back and not do what I did, I take full responsibility for what I did. I ruined her life.
You didn't ruin her life. You give yourself way too much credit. You fucked up. You made the choice to do what you did every single time you did it. If you feel bad now, you should have felt bad then. Too little, too late, but at least you're owning up to it. It shows you have a moral compass at the very least, even if you don't listen to it.
Yeah, and from what you said, your wife sounds like a strong, no-nonsense type of woman. This would hurt her severely, but she'll bounce back. She'll learn to live with it. Women are strong. She'll be okay.
Hell yeah! Strong women! Right? No one. Okay. Haters.
So, that just leaves you. Me? Leaves me for what? Pretty much everything? I mean, you have to admit, you are being the most vague out of all of us. We've all been pretty vulnerable.
And you've been contradicting yourself. I mean, telling us one thing and then saying the next.
I never did that. My story has stayed consistent.
No, it hasn't. Earlier you said you couldn't remember anything after class, and then you said you were walking home.
And what class were you leaving from, by the way?
It was U.S. history, like I went to every other Wednesday.
U.S. history? I thought earlier you said it was world history.
Oh! Did I? Well, maybe I take both classes. Have you ever thought of that?
Even if that were true, you would have been in both classes. Again, use that brain, Diva.
What? Come to think of it, you've been speaking super vaguely this entire time. You never answered my question earlier about you not having any family. Can you give us any details about you growing up? Any at all?
Yeah, yes, of course. Okay, so I was in foster care, like you said. I always told myself that the sun would come out tomorrow, and one day, this rich guy, he swooped me away, and
I'm gonna stop you there. We all know she's describing the plot to Annie, right?
This is it! Damn it! I thought that was old enough they wouldn't catch it.
Latoya, what is going on? Is there something you're not telling us? You're being really dodgy.
The eyes are the window to the soul. Look deep into my eyes. Nope, that didn't work. Spill it!
Nadia. All right. I suppose now is as good a time as any. Besides, I think I've gotten all the information I need to make an informed decision. You say I've been acting dodgy? Well, you're right. You've clocked my tea. But before I reveal myself, I have one question for you all.
What?
Did you all learn a little something about yourselves and each other? Hopefully you did. We can't keep doing this forever after all. As much as I've come to love this group.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, go on, spit it out.
Finally, some plot progression. What are you hiding, Latoya? If that's even your real name.
Just her name. I mean, really?
Oh, what? Okay, what's happening?
First of all, my name is not Latoya. I am Zione. And you all have passed.
Did I just spontaneously become the highest I've ever been? Or is everyone else fucking confused too? Oh my god.
For the first time, you and I are on the same page actually because what?
You actually called me out on that earlier, Nut. You caught me right off the bat, so I'm impressed. And you were right. I'm different. I'm not like you all. And I was indeed hiding something.
That's wild. Okay. I don't think I've literally ever been right about anything in my life. Ever. Well, except when I get to predict movies. Or the time I said the Shapkin would be the next big thing.
Shapkin.
It's Get this. It's a shirt made of napkins. It's gonna be big. You'll see.
Hello? What the fuck? What is going on?
This is such a mind trip.
Yeah, I mean, who are you and what do you mean we passed?
You passed this stage. Now you get to move on to the next.
Hi, stage here. Could you break it down like a lot more? Pretend we know nothing because we don't.
I'm so sorry. I've done this for so many groups, it can be hard to remember the script sometimes.
You actually called me out on that earlier, Roy. World history and US history,
I completely bumbled that. That's what I get for trying to have a script for every group.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and wait, groups? Wait, how many groups are there?
14,758.
Oh.
59, including you guys.
Oh my gosh.
wait, so who are you?
What is that? I'm Zione. And I was assigned to make sure you all were ready for the next. We like to vet everyone before we let them in. You can never be too careful.
Wait, so you're like a guide to the afterlife? Like Beetlejuice? That's so sick. Okay.
I'm more like a secretary for the boss, but sure, Beetlejuice, whatever helps you wrap your heads around the concept.
I'll take it.
Wait, so who's the boss? Which relation was right?
Legally, I am not allowed to answer that question, but all your questions will be answered in the next. So go, get.
Wait. So this whole time, you've been lying to us about who you are and what you know, and now you expect us to just take your word and trust you? We don't know where that leads. What is the next? Is it like heaven?
The next is the next. There is truly no better way to describe it. And I wasn't lying. I mean, yeah, I'm not an art student. I'm not human at all. I didn't have a life like the rest of you. This is what I do. But I wasn't lying when I said I never had a family. I never did. We don't need them here. You either exist or you don't, and that's it. But I love being able to work with humans. Gosh, life on Earth is so complex. It varies from person to person. I'm tasked with making sure you all come to terms with your passing to ensure a smooth transition to the next. I also get to learn about your lives. It's my favorite perk!
So, what's in there? Once we go, will we be happy?
I'm gonna be candid with you guys here, but honestly, I don't know. I've sent so many humans through, but I've never gone through myself. Not that I can't. I could go through whenever I'm ready. It's just that this job is all I've ever known, and I figured I'll keep working until I am ready, but, you know, I think I'll just know. Regardless of that, you guys are ready, so go in. Go.
Wait, do you really think we deserve it?
Yeah. Even Roy gets to go?
Yeah, I mean, I know I've unwillingly became the punching bag of the group, but I agree. Do I really deserve it?
Well, that's the thing, Roy. You really messed up and you hurt someone close to you. You can't go back in time, but you can keep moving forward and try to be better. Just one foot in front of the other. Maybe you'll finally find your, what's that word again?
Like Nirvana?
Yeah, maybe so.
Sandy, you didn't deserve what I did to you. I hope you find the happiness you deserve. Maybe we can meet again in another life, perhaps.
Bye, cheater. I'm not going next.
Who's next?
You know what? I'll go next. I don't know where this will take us, but I want to say that being here with you all has definitely gave me a new perspective. I'm proud of my choices, and I'm proud of the things that I've done, and regardless where we end up, I will take you all with me. Always lead with love. Mama, I'm coming home.
Well, what can I say? Now that my spirit is going in a harsh world, draw thy breath in pain to tell my story. And, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely, and so on and so forth. You've all been a lovely audience.
Yeah.
So dramatic. Damn. Alright. You know, all my life, I've tried to be better than I was the day before. And I'm by no means perfect, and I have a lot of regrets. Things I would change if I could, but I tried. And you know what? I'm proud of myself. I hope one day my brother will be proud of me too. Shit, maybe even my mom. Wherever this light leads, I hope I get what I deserve. Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it. Nobody? Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Come on. Okay. Would the reference have been better if I said, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Come on, say it with me. The Truman Show. Oh, damn. Tough crowd. Anyways, that is out. Peace. Call me.
Will I see them again? See them on the other side of that?
I don't know. I guess there's only one way to find out.
Come with us.
What?
You said you've never seen what's beyond the next, so come on, we can find out together.
What? When I said I could go through eventually, I was not implying that the time was now. This is totally against protocol. And besides, I'm not human. I didn't die. I have a job to do. I've done this countless times before, and it ends the same way, every single time. So go on. Don't miss your opportunity trying to give me one.
Are you happy here? Doing this job? Just tell me it makes you happy and I'll leave. I know change is scary. Trust me, I've changed so much throughout my life. Do you know where I'd be if I'd stayed living with my parents? I'd probably be married to some dude living out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, doing a job I hate. That wouldn't have been a life. I wouldn't be living. I know you're not human, but that shouldn't mean you can't want more than this. You said yourself you'd know when the time was right, and now is that time. This is your call to action, and you know I'm right, so come on, let's go. Come on, you gonna make me beg? Take my hand, girl, let's go.
Oh my gosh. Am I actually doing this? I'm actually doing this! Okay. Finally! After all this time. I'm sure the boss won't mind. I think she'll be proud of me. So God is a woman! I knew it!